Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. Um I have no idea what to actually call this a podcast or a talk art talks maybe. I haven't figured it out. But this is our first episode, guys. I'm pretty excited getting into this. So, first of all, I'm happy because I'm actually posting on time. And y'all, look, okay. First getting into this, I was like, yeah, I can totally do a video a week. I'm starting to regret my decisions. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But you know what? That's okay because I get to use all of this time to experiment, see what works essentially, and just get better from here, guys. So, I hope all of you had a wonderful week, first and foremost. I know my week is not over. I still have 2 more days of work, and then I actually get to enjoy my weekend like a normal person. That'd be nice. But let's just go ahead and hop right into this. So, I want to talk about rest versus productivity versus guilt. I've had many conversations with not just friends, but also artists in the Twitch community as well as Discord. And a common thing that I have been finding is when artists essentially, when artists create a habit or a schedule for themselves, let's say you're someone who draws daily, right? You may not illustrate daily, but you draw daily, right? We end up we end up getting used to that routine, and especially if you have other obligations, like if you have a day job or if you have children, whatever the case may be, you have some sort of schedule. Now in that, we get pretty used to our drawing routine, if that's for an hour, a couple hours, however long you draw. um Rest is important. You guys, rest is equally important as being productive. And I say that because when we're constantly taking in information daily, whether that's learning how to do something new or add to your already existing skill set, and all you're doing is just consuming and taking in and taking in, and what ends up happening is you don't allow for that information to set in. And oftentimes the result of people consistently drawing nonstop, well, you guys know it. It's you burn out, and that can lead up to not drawing for a week. Maybe it's just a couple of days. Some people really be going through it and it ends up being like 2-3 months. And that's something that doesn't necessarily feel good. So oftentimes I like to express the importance of rest, and how that is equally important as being productive, right? So society will have us thinking that every hour on the hour, every minute, or any time that we have downtime, we have to be doing something. It doesn't matter what it is, it has to contribute to something, and we are utilizing our time. But that can also have diminishing returns. When you allow yourself to rest, what ends up happening is your mind basically is allowed, it's given a moment to process everything that you've done throughout the day, everything that you may have read or learned about, whatever the case may be. Your body has a chance to reset. And why I feel, and this is where I think guilt starts to come in for creators, because let's say your resting period lasts from the span of 2 maybe 5 days, maybe even a week. In those moments, even when you're not drawing, you're still a creator. And oftentimes, what ends up happening is when you come back to a project or when you come back to drawing, you find yourself being able to recall information a lot easier. You find yourself potentially not putting as much pressure on yourself to create something, right? And I wanna really drive home the fact that you guys, when you're not drawing or when you need a moment, understand that that's okay. Understand that it is perfectly fine to put down the pencil, the watercolor brush, the tablet pencil, whatever your medium is. It's okay to put it down. And when you do other things that you like. Maybe you like to read manga. Maybe you enjoy books. Maybe you want to catch up on a TV show that you haven't been able to catch up on because you feel like every moment that you have to contribute it to art. And though there's nothing wrong with that, because for some people it really is a passion and it's something that they generally enjoy doing, and they don't look at it as a burden or they don't look at it as some kind of chore. It's just something that comes more naturally or comfortable to those people. And in that, there's a way to be productive. There's a difference between utilizing your time effectively and intentionally as opposed to let me just get it in when I can get it in, because what tends to happen is that your mind shifts to, okay, I only have X amount of time, let me just draw what I can draw, and then essentially saying, okay, I've met my daily quota. But instead of thinking of it that way, let's do a perspective shift here. So let's say you only have an hour, right? Or maybe you have 30 minutes. In those 30 minutes, first of all, the goal shouldn't be let me create something that's postable or some masterpiece. You find one thing, right? Let's say maybe you struggle with hands. Use that 30 minutes to draw hands. Now, how many you get done in that time, who knows? But again, it's not even about the quantity in that time. It's just about the initial intentional focus that is given to those 30 minutes. And I can guarantee you those focused 30 minutes are probably going to be so much more effective than spending 2 to 3 hours just noodling away. And I feel that because of a lot of what we see on social media, where people are posting daily, or even when people will post maybe timestamps on a piece that they created, so it puts this unwanted pressure on creators, thinking like, oh, okay, well, if I want to be at this level, I have to put in X amount of time. And it's like, of course, art is a time consuming craft, and of course you have to put in the work, but at the same time, rest is a part of that entire journey. You have to allocate time to let yourself breathe, to put down the pencil, and eat. And I know it's hard. I know, because when you put it down, the only thing you can think about is, dang, maybe if I can just get in one more skull, or maybe if I can just get in one more figure study, or maybe if I can do one more gesture. And your mind is just going, thinking about this one thing. But it's totally fine to just put it down. And if you can't put it down for the day, put it down for an hour, put it down for 4 hours, and then come back to it. So you shouldn't feel guilty for not drawing, first and foremost, and allow yourself that freedom to do that. You're not a slave to your work, and just because you're not drawing for like 16 hours it doesn't mean you're any less than the next person. We are all on our own creative journey. We all go at different paces, and I think now more than ever that is something that we should embrace as creators as we continue on through our journey. That's something that was on my mind and something I thought that was worth talking about because I know there are a lot of us that deal with that, myself included. I am not excluded, and it is something that I practice diligently every day. So I'm not really sure how much time is left of this time lapse, but if there is some extra time, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. And if we are nearing the end, well, I hope that this was helpful for you guys and that you just keep on pushing. The art grind is real, but the necessity of taking a moment to step away is equally important. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm still working out some things, figuring out how I want these podcasts to go. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day or night, whatever time it is for you, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.